Shalawam. Barak the Yahawah. Barak the Yahawashi. We just want to do like a quick little impromptu lesson. It's going to probably be like on various topics. And whatever brothers have could bring it out. Whatever scriptures brothers have could bring it out. But we wanted to start off with this situation going on with Nate and the IUIC talking about you ain't supposed to talk about the white man, you ain't supposed to talk about Esau, that if they catch you talking about Esau, you know, you're going to be put out the camp, you know, for good. Well, you know what that is? That's a telltale sign of a sellout, right. You know, because they systematically tell you what to say and what you can't say, and we've been saying that for a while, and guys been attacking us because we say that these guys are under a 501c3 charter, and pretty much what Esau has is a gag order on them. You know, there's certain things they can't say, you know, and there's certain things that they can say. But hey, it's all good, because at the end of the day, let's start off with Philippians 1, and we can start at 17. The point is a little further down, because whether it's this truth is taught in sincerity or whether it's taught wickedly, the word is still going out, you know. So those guys whose intentions are good, they have the right intentions to teach the word, then beautiful for you. You know, Lord's will, you'll be delivered when the time comes. And those of you that are teaching the word wickedly and teaching the word not sincerely, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. Right. He's going to break you apart, man. He's going to demolish you piece by piece, like he's doing with all these other clowns, systematically breaking them down. You know, you got that out?
Yep. This Philippians 1:17. But the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel.
Right. And the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. And that's the reason why anytime anybody comes up with some bullshit, you better believe that either one of the apostles or one of the elders or one of the brothers in GMS is going to jump all over it. Yeah. And I have with me Officer Mike Allah and Officer Dawada, you know, from the LA camp, you know, so go ahead, brother.
I can start it first.
Yeah, and if y'all got anything, you know, bring it out.
Okay. It's I'm gonna start at verse 15. Some indeed preach Yahawashi.
There we go.
Yep. Some indeed preach Yahawashi, even of envy and strife.
Right. Some indeed preach Yahawashi, even of envy and strife.
Yep.
You know, and what's that envy and strife? They really don't believe in this thing, but they're just doing it to be wicked. Yep. Like when they were persecuting Yahawashi, they were doing it out of maliciousness, out of strife. Because they saw that Yahawah was with the man, with Yahawashi, and they were jealous. Yep. So instead of falling in line and, you know, pray to the Lord that maybe their mind could be open to receive the truth and understand it, what did they do? They persecuted him. No, they try to bring false accusations against him. Yep. Go ahead.
That's right. And some also of goodwill.
Right, and some of goodwill. You know, because you had the parable of the sower seeds. You had the seed that fell on stony ground, you had the seed that fell on good ground. So you're going to have some that's teaching it of goodwill and some that's teaching it of ill will.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
The one preach Yahawashi of contention, not sincerely.
Right. The one preach Yahawashi of contention, you know, just as an argumentative type of thing. You know, they're not sincere in what they're saying. Go ahead.
Yep.
You can read that part again.
The one preacher Yahawashi of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add afflictions to my bonds.
Right, because at the end of the day, you're not going to add afflictions to our bonds. Because whatever bonds we have are given to us of Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi anyway. Yep, that's right. You know, so regardless, no matter what you do, you're not going to add anything extra to us.
I know, right?
You know, our walk is already set. You know, our path is already laid out by Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. Yeah. You're not going to make it any worse than the Lord already made it for us.
That's right. But the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel.
And then you have some men out there that actually see the real prophets, you know, beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone and the other men of Great Millstone. They actually see the sincerity of brothers and the hard work of going out and teaching, you know, and preaching this word constantly on the regular. Yep. You know, they see that, and the reason why they see it is because the Lord opened up their mind to see it. Go ahead.
What then, notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Yahawashi is preached.
Right. So whether in pretense or in truth, Yahawashi is preached, and that's the key. You know. Go ahead.
Yep. And I therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice.
Right. Now go ahead. Read on.
Yep. For I know that this shall turn to my salvation through your prayer and the supply of the Spirit of Yahawashi,
Go ahead.
According to my earnest expectation of my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed.
Right, because we're not ashamed to proclaim the name of Yahawah and Yahawashi, you know, and that we're not going to be ashamed because we know that what we're teaching is the correct doctrine, and that when the Lord comes back, He's going to give us salvation. That's what we believe, you know, and that's what we fervently go out there and teach, because the Spirit of Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi has compelled us to do it. Go ahead. Is there more?
No, you got a little more.
What verse are you in?
20.
Okay.
Yeah, but that with all boldness as always, so now also Yahawashi shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death.
Right, so Yahawashi is going to be magnified in our bodies, whether it be by life or by death. You know, so we take the same approach that Apostle Paul took. And he said, I can do all things through Yahawashi, which strengtheneth me.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the key. See, the reason why a lot of guys are falling apart and falling off is because their house is not built upon that stone, Yahawashi. Their house is built upon sand. You know, because if you come in with a different name or a different doctrine, the Lord said you're going to be accursed. And that's what Nate is doing in the IUIC. And then they say, why you always getting on the IUIC? Because they're going off.
They're going off.
You know, and Nate knows he's being wicked. And them other guys on the panel know they're being wicked. And you have a lot of people in the congregation of the IUIC that know that that panel is wicked. You know it. But they, you know, being that they're stuck in there, they don't know what to do. But I'm going to tell you what to do. You need to get the hell away from them guys. Like the scriptures say, if they teach not according to the doctrine, avoid them. You know? Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5 or 4. It says, Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right, so the Lord told Jeremiah that before he was formed in the womb, the Lord ordained him a prophet. Before he was even, his members were even created, he ordained him to be a prophet unto the nations. Why? Because we're supposed to teach against all nations. To the elect of the nation of Israel, we teach salvation to them. To the 2/3, we teach destruction to them. And to the other nations, we're supposed to tell them their judgment. You know, so when you telling the congregation not, or the men of the camps not to teach against the so-called Whiteman or which are the Edomites, then you're going off. You breaking the scriptures wrong. You're going off, man. The Lord's going to deal with you.
I got a precept.
Bring it out, brother.
It's Jeremiah 28 and 8. It says, The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Right. Read that again.
The prophets, the real prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
So it said the prophets that were set up prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms. You weren't supposed to say, no, I'm not going to talk about this particular group of people because my elder or my superior told me not to. You know? That's, you know what, if you guys that's in IUIC in them camps, if you listen to that order that these guys gave you, then you're taught by the precept of men and not by Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi.
That's right.
And the Lord's going to destroy every last one of you. You know?
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. Read that again. I mean, that says it all. We could close. We could close after this.
Right here.
Go ahead.
It says, The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Right, he prophesied against many countries, against great kingdoms of what?
Of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Is that not what we prophesying against? We're prophesying against these kingdoms about all the stuff that's going on. And get, is there more?
A little bit more. It says, The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent them.
Right, so if he prophesies of peace, and it comes to pass, then it will be known that the prophet is sent. But we're not in a time of peace. There's not that, it say that in Ecclesiastes, that there's time and chance for everything. You know, a time to love, a time of hate, a time of peace, a time of war, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing.
Yeah, man.
What you got, brother?
What, that 49?
No, give me Matthew 10 and what is it 19?
Matthew 10.
Where speak against the testimony against the Gentiles.
Kind of speak.
And then give me Luke 1 and what he's getting at. Give me Luke 1 and 70.
This is
Because this is nothing new. What you see going on right now is something that has been going on from the beginning of the world. Ever since the prophets were created, which was from the very beginning of the world, they prophesied against people, they prophesied against kingdoms, they prophesied against individuals. And also, brother, get Isaiah 14, and I believe it's around verse 3.
You talking about the one that say, go not in the way of the Gentiles, but in the city of the Samaritans?
No, that's a little further down than that. Let me see. Right here, 18.
Okay, yeah. It's like, this is Matthew 10 and 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, and for a testimony against the Gentiles.
See, a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So when you brought before these governors and kings, which that's what happened back then. Dang. When Paul was brought to these governors and kings, what he do? He prophesied against them.
That's the point.
You know, Yahawashi did the same thing. He said, if my kingdom was of this world, then will my servants fight. You got it, bro.
Even when it made me think about when the Heavenly Father was saving Paul through all them journeys. The journey when he got shipwrecked, and the Lord saved him, and Yahawashi appeared to him and told him, "Look, be of good comfort. I need you to just as you testify in Jerusalem, I'm gonna need you to testify in Rome." You know, so the Most High got doing what He doing. They trying to quench the spirit. You know,
that just shows you that they're hirelings. As a matter of fact, we get that too.
Exactly.
You got it,
if I
bro.
can say
Yeah,
something
bro,
first, you know, because Yahawashi is about to come establish His kingdom, man. And in order for that to happen, this kingdom has to fall. And we have to announce that this kingdom has to fall, man. That's part of it.
Yeah, I tell you before I do it, He tell you of it.
Yeah, get that too. Get that too. Isaiah 55. So get that Luke 1:70.
God, this is Luke chapter 1 verse 70. It says, "As He spake by the mouth of His holy prophets, which have been since the world began."
Right, because they prophesied about who? About Yahawashi since the world began. But they also prophesied, like we read, against many kingdoms, against cities, you know, of pestilence, of wars, of destruction, of famine, you know. And then eventually the people would laugh at the prophets like they did to Noah, but then the Lord would come in and show His power, you know. And there's no other God on the in the universe anywhere that has shown any miracles by their works than Yahawah. You know, by His Son Yahawashi also. You got something, bro?
I got it. Quick one.
I got it.
This is Hebrews 1:1. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Right, in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. And they spoke against many kingdoms, against strongholds, about wars, about famines, and about things that were to come. So if you're out there and you got a leader like Nate and them teaching you not to speak against them, and you're going to be put out of the camp, then be put out the camp.
That's it.
You know, because the scriptures say different. Now, if you're really a man of the Lord, if you really believe the Bible, and if you really feel in your spirit that you are a part of the elect, then you're gonna rebel against that commandment of man, and you're gonna go and do your own thing.
That's right, man.
And just go out there and teach, and may Yahawashi bless you. But those of you that don't want to get put out of the IUIC because it's a status quo, well, the Lord's going to destroy you, man. Right along with them. Go ahead, brother.
This 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you of these things, and now ye may know what withholdeth, that He might be revealed in His time.
Right. That's why Paul. There were certain things, in certain things you had to hold back for a certain period of time because they weren't ready for it. But now the world is open now for this devil to go down. You know, because the Lord said when this thing goes down, when it's about to go down, and the Lord is about to visit this world, He said there's going to be, the books are going to be open in the firmament, and all shall see. So that means what? You got to, did not the Lord tell, we could hold that on deck too, Ezekiel 3. Did not the Lord tell Ezekiel to eat the whole roll? You know, and then go out there and prophesy. And then the different prophets, they prophesied against Moabites, against Ammonites, against Hamites, against Edomites. You know, and that's what the same thing we're doing today. You got more out?
A little more. Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
So the devil was already working.
He's already working.
The Roman Empire, they were the empire that was working at that time. You know, and they had absorbed the Greek Empire into them. You know, so that's why it was called in certain instances the Greco-Roman Empire, and they were ruling. They were wicked, and then the disciples in them knew. Why do you think that there was uprising and rebellions against the Roman Empire. Because what they were doing, they were imposing taxes on us, you know, which we were a sovereign nation, you know, under the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah, Yahawashi. You know, but here it is, the Romans came, which the Lord allowed to be in their power, you know, and started putting taxes and liens and started making it harder and harder for us to exist. So that's where there were certain men that would rise up and fight against them. But you know what? They were going off. Because the Lord, that's what the Lord said, resist not the powers that be. You know, you can't fight against them. Because the Lord set them up in power. But you don't have to obey every order they give you. You know, like if they say, you know, you can't go in the store and steal something, then you obey that. You know, if there's certain things that you can't do, you obey that. But if they say you got to take the microchip, or you got to be a homosexual, or you got to dress up like a woman, or you got to do anything that's contrary to the scriptures, you tell them to go fuck themselves.
That's it.
You know, excuse my medieval French.
I got a little bit. I'm gonna hit the
bring
point.
it out, bro.
Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
What's the spirit of the Lord's mouth? The prophets.
Read
that again.
And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
See, the Lord will consume with the spirit of his mouth. Why? Because before the Lord does something, he tells you of it before he brings it to pass. You know? Go ahead, bring it out.
It's Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
See, before they spring forth, I tell you them. Why? So you won't say, my idol did this for me, or sweet Jesus did that for me. You know, because that's what you were doing. The Lord would bless you, like it says in Hosea, the Lord would bless you, and you would take those blessings and say that your God gave you that bread and that milk and that butter, you know, and those goodies and that gold and all of that.
And Jake did that when we came out of the land of Egypt. What's the first thing they resorted to? Worshiping the golden calf. Saying this is the gods that brought you out of Egypt.
Thank you.
You know? Which shows you why it's so important to push out the name, man. Because you got to tell the world who it is that's gonna do this, man. You know, it ain't gonna be sweet Jesus.
Nah.
You know, it's gonna be Yahawah, Yahawashi. You gotta let the world gotta know who's doing it, man. You know, and through the prophets, the world is gonna know who's doing it, man. You know.
That's right.
Most High's ambassadors, you know.
Yeah, man, and then the world is going to know that. That's why it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, that when they find out that we are the men of Yahawah, and the prophets, they're going to be kicking themselves in the ass. We fools. We thought that their end would be that they were mad. No, we thought that they were going to perish. These are the people of the Lord. This is the congregation of the Lord.
Pulling their hair out their beard.
GMS? Oh, hell no. Everybody else but GMS. You know?
Is rugged.
Yeah, man. You got it up. You had more on that? Bring the last point in 2 Thessalonians and navigate Isaiah 14 and whatever else y'all brothers got.
And then I'm going to read verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
So that's the point. You know, the brightness of his coming is what? The destruction. That's right. You know, which is the nuclear missiles and the lasers from the chariots. You know?
It explained clearly he was going to tell you about him, and then he was going to destroy him physically. Verse 9, this last one. Even him who coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Who did that?
Who was that?
The white man did that. On, Esau did that, man. The Edomites. You know, so the world has to know who the wicked is. The world has to know who the devil is. The scriptures tell us that the Lord, Satan has children on the planet Earth. So we have to know, we have to identify who those children are. Which those children are the Edomites, which are the borders of wickedness. You know, and the world has to know this because there's a veil. Matter of fact, before you read that, brother, get 25 and 7, Isaiah 25 and 7. You know, the world has to know that because there's been a great deception in play since the late 1400s. You know, the mid 1300s into the 1400s and on up. There's been a great deception that has covered the whole planet. So now the Lord has us turning that upside down. You know, we're taking that everything that was turned or wrong side up, we're turning it right side up through the spirit and power of Yahawah Yahawashi and his words. So read that.
This is Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy in his mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Right, it said he will destroy in this mountain. What's the mountain? America.
Yep.
Because a mountain represents a government.
That's right.
You know, if you want to know about that, all you have to do is read the book of Revelation 17. It'll break it down that those mountains represent governments. You know, they represent kings also.
Yep.
So the Lord said he's going to destroy in this mountain in America the covering that's cast over all people. So all people on the planet, have been lied to because their nationality has been stripped away from them. You know, the true heritage of who the people of the Lord are has been stripped. You know, but now the Lord is causing that veil that was put over everybody to be taken away slowly but surely. Because the scriptures say that the earth was going to be covered in gross darkness. But then the light is shining now. And when the light is shining, it's doing away with all of that darkness, you know. And the people that are of the elect of the nation of Israel are receiving it, being sealed for the deliverance. And everybody else that doesn't accept it, they're going to be dealt with in the judgment to come, which it would be in the different manners that the Lord brings. The final being the destruction.
Yep, that's right, man. That's right.
That's right. It says, and he will destroy in his mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
So how is the Lord going to do that? By the mouth of his prophets. So if you consider yourself a prophet, if you consider yourself a man of the Lord, your whole purpose and goal should be to go out there and teach the words of Yahawah by Yahawashi and proclaim these things out there, you know, and tell the people what's going on, and let the world know who these different nations are, and let them know about the judgment that's coming, and let them know about the kingdom and who the kingdom is for.
Right.
And part of that is to speak against the powers that are set up. Jeremiah 49:7. You guys say, yeah,
because the scripture said that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but you know it goes on to say we're fighting against principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places, which is who, man? It's the elites, the so-called white men. Our fight is against them, man. We gotta expose them.
Right.
You know,
expose them.
That's right.
That's what Jake just wanted. They just want to teach Israel, okay, you're an Israelite, and that's it.
Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments,
and that's it, man. It goes way deeper than that.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of Jakes who find out they're Israel, but they don't go no further. They don't do nothing after that.
Yeah.
Because the people they learning it from is teaching them, and they stopping at that certain point, and then letting Jake just do whatever. You know what I mean?
Because the Lord ain't supping with them. You know. And that's right, because you know the ones that's in control of the world, which is the international bankers, as a brother Dawa was just bringing out, they're the ones that are in control of keeping everything silent.
Yeah.
You know, do you know that when you go back to the I think it was 1921, when they was really getting their claws, 1913 they really getting their claws into this country. 1921 they set up what's called the CFR, which is the Council on Foreign Relations. When they set that up, the very first thing they did was they bought up any type of publishing out there, whether it was newspapers, magazine, radios, stations, and all of that. So everything you see out here, as far as news is concerned in America, is all controlled. The water, brother, controlled.
It's fake news, man.
Fake.
Fabricated.
Secrecy.
That's right.
Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, this wisdom no more in is wisdom.
49:7.
Yep. Did I say 12? 49:7 concerning Edom.
Yeah, read that. Yeah.
It's like it. It's Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman?
Right. So the Lord is saying concerning Edom. So when you go down through the different books, matter of fact, read the 49:1.
This Jeremiah 49:1. Concerning the Ammonites, thus saith the Lord, have Israel no sons? Have he no hire? Why then doth their king inherit Gad?
Right. So basically, this is against the Ammonites. Now we're reading about against the Edomites. And then you have against the Ishmaelites. Then you have against Elam. You know, and all them different nations.
Yeah.
No, that was it.
Yeah. You know, so this is what a prophet is supposed to do. A prophet is supposed to speak against these nations about what's coming. You know?
Verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
Yeah, because Teman represented the wise men of Esau, which today you could say you could apply that to the international bankers, you know, and their They're think tank groups,
Okay.
you know, because that's what they do. They just come together. Matter of fact, get Isaiah 64. They come together and they try. And notice how the wind is coming now. We're talking about bitch ass E. You know, so they get together. You know, they have these different meetings, secret meetings, which are different councils, whether it be Bilderberg or whatever, and they concoct plans for the future.
Yep.
And everything that they're doing and everything that they set up is all geared towards a new world order.
Yep.
You know, which is to have everybody in unity under one religion, one political system, one monetary system, and all of that. And the monetary system is comprised of the microchip.
Yep. Yep.
You know? Go ahead, brother. You had something?
Psalm 64.
Yeah, bring that in and we'll go back there.
This is Psalm.
Start at 1. Yeah, start at 1. Yeah, because there's a lot of meat in there.
Yeah. This is Psalm 64 and 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy."
Yep. Right. So this is King David praying to the Lord to preserve us from the fear of the enemy. Why? Because they have plans against us. There's a reason why we know about the international bankers and we speak about them, and about the Illuminati, and about the plans of the New World Order, and about the concentration camps and the martial law. We're not supposed to learn that stuff just to keep it to ourselves. We're supposed to publish it out there. The scriptures speak about publishing the word out there, to make it public. You know, so that those that hear can get themselves together, and those that forbear can be destroyed.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead, you had something?
Real quick,
Yeah, bring it out.
Ezekiel 3 and 17.
Yeah.
It says, Ezekiel 3 and 17, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood would I require at thy hand."
And that's the bottom line, you know. So we're supposed to tell these wicked Israelites what's going on. And if they don't listen, the Lord's going to destroy them.
That's right.
But you have instances where there's certain brothers out there that's doing wicked shit, and then when you tell them, they stop doing it. You know, and then they turn to the Lord. But whether they turn or not, their blood is off of our hands. You know?
That's right.
And that's what we're supposed to come out here and teach. Because the Apostle Paul also said that the dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. So we all have a dispensation of the gospel that was committed unto us, and it is our job to bring it out, to teach it, to speak it, to publish it, you know, to make it known, to noise it abroad, so that when the Lord comes back, you know, these people have no excuse. Did not Yahawashi said that now they have no cloak for their sins? Why? Because he came. If he had not come and warned them, they would have still had a cloak for their sins. You know, a covering, an excuse. But they have no more excuses. The word has been going out. This word is worldwide. Great Millstone is worldwide. You know, the word is out there. So they have no cloak. They have no excuse. So now it's time for the Lord to bring his judgment upon them.
That's right.
Go ahead,
Back in Psalm 64 and verse 2, it says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity."
Right, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Because they're going to come in with an onslaught against Israel. They're going to, man, it's going to be so vicious out here that it's going to be devastating. And here it is, you guys are talking about burgers, fringes, making rap songs and to sell and all that, marriages, you know, and all this stuff. And the people are in that frolicsome spirit. They're not in a spirit of war, of getting their mind geared for what's coming. They're in a spirit of frolicking, a spirit of mirth. When the scriptures speak about that the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. A fool's heart is in the house of mirth. Now, does that mean that you don't have a good time sometimes, listen to the music and eat and all that? No, you could do that. But know in the back of your mind that these things are coming. You know, so you have to be alert and ready for all these things to come. Scriptures say, redeeming the time for the days of evil. Be circumspect. You know, to be circumspect means you have to know what's going on. You have to speak about what's going on. And if you know what's going on, but you don't speak it, then the people that's out there ain't going to know. And one of the main things we're supposed to speak against is against these honkies, man. Against the Edomites. You know? Go ahead, brother.
I got a quick piece of it.
Yeah, bring it
bro?
out.
No, go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 8 and I'll just get the point. It's 8 and 11. It says, "For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace."
Right, they've healed the hurt of my daughter slightly. You know, because Israel as a whole, you know, the condition that we're in is a product of slavery. You know, the ghettos and all that, everything that you see, poverty, drunkenness, drug addicts and all that, that's all a product of poverty. Yeah. And it's been built up from that point on, and there's a lot more to it than that, but that's a product of slavery. You know, going to the different tribes and all of that. You know, so they're healing their hurt slightly by telling them that there's going to be peace. Yeah. By telling them to rejoice and be glad and be merry and party up. You know? Partying. Instead of having their minds geared for what's coming and preparing for what's coming.
That's right, man.
You know, if you had a comment on it, bro.
No, that was it.
Okay. So now where we at? Back in Psalms?
Psalm 64.
All right, good.
All right, Psalm 64 and 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
That's right.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right, then that's what they do. How they shooting in secret at the perfect? By coming up and concocting these different situations that you got playing out on the planet Earth. Yeah. Project Megiddo and the microchip and the martial laws and the concentration camps and the microchip and different things that are leading up to that point. And then when you look at the whole system of America, everything is slowly but surely merging into that biometrics. Yep. You know, and it's merging into having that one form of currency that has everything in it, all your contact information and all your information in general in it. And they already got the technology. These companies have the infrastructure to put it into place. All they need is the word from the government.
Yeah, that's it.
And they brought that out to you in that movie, The Circle. Yep. You know, them companies, they already have the infrastructure and everything that the government needs, cameras or whatever, everything in place. All they need is a word from the government to let them know, all right, give us a go ahead and we can make it happen.
Yep,
that's it, man. Right. Even groups like IUIC and ISUPK and all them, they're a creation of these secret councils, man.
Yeah, that sure is.
They're secretly shooting at you. They got you niggas out there shooting AK-47s, doing cadences, looking like you're straight military, ready to go carnal with the so-called white man.
Yep,
all to your own destruction, man.
Black supremacy.
Black supremacists.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, because you notice what's happening slowly but surely. It went from the terrorists looking like Ishmaelites to looking like Jakes.
Straight Jakes.
So-called Negroes and so-called Puerto Ricans.
Yep, that's right.
You know? With beards and everything, wearing bandanas.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I was gonna say, you know, I was gonna just mention to brothers out there not to wear them bandanas anymore. But if you wear it, you wear it. If you don't, you don't. You know, because the last guy they caught, remember, he had a bandana, he had a beard.
Yeah.
So they're trying to everything that we do, they're trying to push it into the black Hebrew Israelites, which we're Hebrew Israelites, are a terrorist group.
Exactly.
You know,
you got Jake out there that label their videos Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yep.
When Esau is pushing that real heavy right now.
Yeah.
So it goes to show you that they dealing with Esau themselves, man.
They sold out.
Yeah. And that video I seen the apostle talking about, when I first seen it, I was like, damn, is that a brother? When I seen it, because he looked like a brother, right?
Yeah.
He had the bandana on and stuff.
He was hemmed up by the cops on the hood.
Exactly.
I had to look twice, like, okay, damn. Yeah. So they you know, they coming for us, man.
Yeah, man.
And they're using these camps to help them justify why they could come get us.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's coming, man.
That's right. It says, verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. It's going to come like a thief in the night, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And they fear not because they don't fear that. They know that we're the people of the Lord, but they still don't fear to come against us and do these things to us. You know, when you go back in the history, every time that them devils mess with us, what happened? The Lord destroyed them.
Yeah, man.
Achor, they asked him about Israel. He said, look, if they ain't good with their power, don't mess with them. But if they messing up and commit iniquities, then you can get them because then their power won't be with them.
Yeah.
But eventually, somebody get Zechariah 1 and is it 15? You know, but eventually the Lord is going to turn it around, and he's going to bring judgment upon you because of what you did to the nation of Israel. Right. So, you know,
this is Zechariah.
You can break it down.
Zechariah 1 and 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction.
Yeah,
so that. Go ahead. No, I was gonna say, man, so that these heathens, they jacking us up, man. And the Most High is not gonna allow them to get away with what they're doing, no matter what anybody say against what the scripture just said. You know?
And we're supposed to proclaim this, man. We're supposed to publish it, make it public, talk about it.
Yeah,
you know, let
man.
the people know who is it speaking about. You know, who is the Lord referring to when he says he speaks about the Edomites and the Ammonites and the Moabites and the Hamites and all that? We're supposed to proclaim that.
Yeah, man, it's a comfort to our spirit because we've been getting jacked up, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, we've been getting jacked up generations since slavery. It's like, even in, they show you in them slavery movies, when Jake get up there and they start talking about the Bible, then that's when Jake get, okay, I got some type of hope, some type of relief.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so we getting jacked up by Esau. We need to be telling our people, look, the Most High gonna get him for what he doing to you.
Yeah.
Man. That should fuel you, man. That
Yeah.
that should excite you, man.
Yeah.
You know, that should give you like that should give you so much hope. All you want to do is talk about it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
I got something real quick. This is 2 Ezra 6, 15 and 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. So the same thing you did to us, the Lord's going to do to you. But you're not going to know that if you don't speak about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And who is it speaking about?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Who's that talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you say not to talk about the so-called white man no more, you got to skip over scriptures like that.
You gotta skip over. You gotta take out the book of Obadiah.
Yep.
Yeah, take that out.
Ezekiel 35,
Jeremiah 49.
Amos 11 and 1 and 11. You know.
Ezekiel 25.
Yeah. Ezekiel.
You know, Malachi, the first chapter.
First chapter.
Romans, the 9th chapter, part of it.
Even Thessalonians, what we just read.
Yeah.
Take that out too.
You gotta take that out. Psalm 64. We read
Yeah,
it.
Psalm
Take
64.
that out.
Come on, man.
Then you guilty of Revelations 22 and 18.
Exactly.
Boom.
For taking away from the word, man.
And guess what? You're still guilty. Matter of fact, give Revelation 22 and 18. You're still guilty of that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't speak against the so-called white man, against Esau, you are guilty of taking away from the book, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and the Most High is going to deal with you, Nate, man. The Most High going to get you. He's going to twist your skinny black ass up, man.
That's right, man. That's right. Yep. This is Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of this prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
Right.
If any man shall take away from the words of this book, of this prophecy, the Most High should take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the holy things which are written in this book.
Meaning you ain't going to make it into the kingdom.
That's right, man.
You'll come later on down the line, but this time around you ain't going to make it.
You through it.
You know, and the thing about it is making it now. Fuck making it later.
I know,
We
man.
want to make it now.
Man,
You know, I mean, you know, whatever the Lord's will be, you know, but we want to make it now, man.
Yeah, man.
you got a lot of jakes that's pacified on, okay, I know I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I know salvation come on to me. I'm going to just be wicked. I'm going to make it anyway.
Yeah.
That type of mind frame, that's a whack mind frame, man.
You in the wrong state of mind, bro.
Yeah.
You thinking like that, you in the wrong state
Hey,
of
but
mind.
you going to earn the kingdom when the Most High deliver you death by pain, you know?
Hey, you know what? I just seen this guy, Yahawashi, man, today when I was at your house. He was saying, no matter what I do, I'm still going to make it into the kingdom anyway.
Oh.
You know? So why not keep doing what I'm doing? Which what you're doing is straight wickedness, man.
Man, the Most High, you think the Most High gonna put terror on you, man?
Yeah.
The King of Terrors is gonna put terror on you, man.
Yeah.
It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High, man. So you cast with that mind frame, the Lord gonna make sure that you feel Him, you know.
Hey, you ain't just gonna burn up when the missiles come. You ain't just gonna burn up. The Lord could keep your spirit in that body for a good while.
Yeah.
Hey, because 1 second of pain is worse, you know, than anything else.
Yeah.
So imagine 1 minute, you know,
Yeah.
you're in pain for a couple of seconds. That shit hurts. But imagine being in pain for a few minutes,
Yeah, that's.
you know, or longer.
And that show you them videos that Chicago put up, the brothers in Chicago,
yeah.
when the people's getting put to death in them crazy ways. A lot of them people should have been dead, man. You see how they was getting put to death. A lot of them people was jacked up, but the Most High kept their spirit in there, and they were just suffering slowly, and they should have been dead already.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look at the experiments that them Greeks did on them 7 children and a mother.
Yeah.
You know, that was straight up torture, man. And these devils, they don't master the art of torture. You know, you got the Inquisition, you know, Torquemada, and all the different forms of torture. You know, the Lord don't have to let you just die. You could die in the race wars. You could die in them concentration camps being tortured to death, man.
Yep. Yep, I heard Apostle Gabar say too. America is the #1 company, #1 nation with buying torture instruments or something like that. I was like, oh snap!
Crazy.
Yeah, they got the guillotine. You know, they got all kind of torture devices, man. This devil has mastered the art of torture.
Torture, yeah, man. That's
the movie Saw.
Yeah.
I got a precept on that since we mentioned torture, because we just read that it said he'll suddenly shoot at them and he fears not. You know, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 17. It says, let us see if his words be true. Well, let me start at 16. It says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness.
Right, that's the international banker speaking about prophets, the real prophets. Right. He said we are esteemed of them as counterfeits. We know you ain't shit, man. We know you the devil. We know you're not benevolent people. We know you're not the real Jews.
Yeah, man. You blood drinkers.
Yeah, we know that you're the freaks of the earth, that everything you do is contrary to the Lord. We know that you're the wicked. We know you're the sons of Satan. We know you're that serpent in the garden. We know you're that great dragon. You know, we know you're the devil. You know?
It's crazy because he knows that the real prophets are going to know this, man.
That's right.
The elites know that the real men are going to know this, and they're not going to let go of that, man. You know, not as easy as he made IUIC let go of the fact that he's the devil.
Right.
You know?
We're going to shut you down.
It says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High Yahawah is his Father.
That's right.
Let us see if his words be true.
That's right.
Let us prove what will happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of his enemies.
Yeah, look at Daniel. Look at the 3 children, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Look at the generation of old. Have any ever trusted in the Lord and have been confounded? Water, brother. You know, look at all the different great situations where men of the Lord would trap Jeremiah in that pit. You know, sinking in that quicksand or that mire. You know, and then finally he got pulled out of there at the last minute. You know, the scriptures tell you that as a bird escaped out of the fowler's net, he's just going to barely escape it. The Lord said that his men are going to escape the wrath that's coming.
That's right.
You know?
And it's crazy because these are some real proud words and thoughts, man. Because he's basically saying, fuck it, let me battle against this God, man. Let's see if let's see if these people are really his people. Let's see if he'll protect them.
That's the YOLO trap there, you know.
Man.
As soon as you start, it's tell you he know that he gonna pass away like a dream and like a trace. So since he knows that, he gonna go all out, even as far as to go against the men of the Lord, to show an attack on the Most High, you know.
Yeah, because that's his way of attacking the Most High, man. You know, by attacking us. It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, that's crazy.
You got it, right?
This all you guys out there playing, whether you came fully in, you really studying or not. If you know you a Hebrew Israelite, you already opposition to the government.
Yeah.
They're gonna exterminate you. They're gonna try at least. You know what I mean? So why play around with something that's so heavy and so serious, man?
Hey, they're going to, whether you talk about them or not, they're still coming for your ass.
They're still coming.
You know?
They still coming. You might as well talk about them. Shit.
Exactly, man.
You might as well talk about it and put your hope in Yahawashi that he will deliver you, you know, instead of just saying, nah, I'm not going to talk about them.
Yeah, that's real.
That's not going to stop them.
Exactly.
You know, their mind is already set, because you know why? The Most High is working with them on the left-hand side. So the Most High got a plan and a purpose, and they got to accomplish their part so that the Lord can step in and put his part in it.
That's right, man. And his purpose is written. We're reading it, man. We're reading what the Most High programmed inside the so-called white man's mind.
Right? That's his mind.
You know, his mind is to challenge Yahawashi and try to destroy you, man. Not just destroy you, but he said, let us examine them with torture, man.
And despitefulness.
You know, that's worse than just killing somebody with an arrow or something, man, or a gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Or a missile.
Or a missile.
You know?
He's trying to rip your flesh. He's trying to shred you,
He's
man.
trying to break you.
That's it. Trying to break your will and your spirit.
Yeah. got one more verse.
Okay.
It says, "Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he will be respected."
Right. So get Isaiah 57 and 1 real quick. You know, and those men, and then get 1 Thessalonians 4, and those men that get tortured or destroyed, that are men of the Lord, you know, that the Lord allows to glorify him that way, then they're going to come back, and they're going to be the first ones that's going to be delivered. So read that, bro.
Yes, Isaiah 57 and 1.
Because here it is, they're looking at it like, oh, we finally got rid of him. You know, he's no longer. So they think that if they kill a man of the Lord, that doesn't make him a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so carnal.
Yeah.
Carnal.
You got it right.
This is Isaiah 57 and 1. The righteous perish, and no man layeth it to heart.
Right, the righteous perish, and no man layeth it to heart. Go ahead.
And merciful men are taken away,
And merciful men are taken away,
none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to
and
come.
the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. So they don't consider that. They figure, you know, like the brother down in Trinidad, he got killed at the camp.
Yeah.
You know, now all of a sudden he's not a man of the Lord because he got killed at the camp. He died doing the work.
Yeah.
You know, Abba Bivens, you know, he got jumped by them goddamn Muslims out there in Jersey. They put him in the hospital. He passed away in the hospital. You know, but he's still a man of the Lord. But that was the way that he was. That was the way it was written for him to glorify Yahawah by sham Yahawashi. You know, as hard as it may seem. Go ahead, bro.
And them dudes gonna pay.
Hell yeah.
Everybody from the brother in Trinidad to the elder Abba Bivens, you know, the dudes who did the work gotta pay for it.
Oh
man.
yeah. Don't think by any stretch of the imagination you're gonna get away with what you did. You're not gonna get away with it.
Yep, you should have not at all acquit the wicked.
That's it.
The Lord himself was killed, man.
Yeah.
You know, so what
I
you
know,
gotta say
man.
about
What you
that?
gotta say about that?
Yeah. He was beaten, tortured.
He was. Yeah,
arrested.
and then he was spit on. He was.
Yeah.
Then after he was all jacked up, they told him, "If you be the son of the Most High, come down from the cross."
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they was mentally beating him up too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the same niggas coming back today, man.
That's right.
Said they're coming back with that same spirit, man.
Don't talk
God.
about Esau.
Yeah.
You
know?
our power seat.
Hey, they beat him beyond recognition, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep,
to where nobody recognized him, who he
Shit.
was. You know, only way you would have known is if you just spoke with his voice, and he told you that was the Lord. You know, but he's the son of the Most High. He's the second in command in the universe.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Hey, but that's how you know these are some unreasonable niggas, man. You can't read, because even when Yahawashi was hanging on the cross, unrecognizable, you know, beat up, they were still passing by talking about, why don't you get yourself? He healed himself. I mean, he healed others. Why don't he heal himself?
Yep.
Take yourself, probably laughing, talking shit.
No, they was glad. They was
laughing.
You know?
Gave him some piss to drink.
Yep.
It's crazy though, because if you see somebody beat up to that level, naturally you're gonna be like, God damn, you're gonna feel bad.
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
You know?
Because some kind of mercy or compassion is gonna come
Exactly.
in. But you know what? That's heavy you said that, bro, because that shows the Most High ain't gonna have mercy or compassion on them.
Yeah, exactly.
In their time of affliction.
That's right.
That's what the Lord said, at your calamity I will laugh.
Man,
You got it, bro.
That's heavy. No, that's it.
You know, so the Lord made them do that to seal their fate. And a lot of those hangings that you're seeing going on during slavery, a lot of and post-slavery, and a lot of those killings that happened, you know, to Jake in general, like the Southern Kingdom, those are the same ones that was back there talking shit to Yahawashi. Let His blood be upon us and our children.
Yep.
That was
You know?
them.
That was them.
Even after 70 AD, when they were doing those mass crucifixions, man, mass executions on Jake,
Yep.
sending them to the Colosseums, getting ripped up by the lion. That was them, man.
Yeah. Gator bait babies and stuff, man. That was them, man.
Yeah, hey, if I could say one more thing, man, when Esau comes, he's not gonna give a shit who's an Israelite and who's not, man. He's just gonna try to wipe the whole nation out, man.
That's right. Gonna try to
You
do
know?
his thing, man.
So it don't matter, all you scoffers, that you know, all you false prophets, it don't matter what you say against the true men of the Lord. Esau's still gonna come, man.
That's it.
And he's gonna do what he did in slavery, what he did after 70 AD, during 70 AD, but much worse, because the Lord said, a time that has never been, man, will never shall be.
Yep.
That's right.
You know?
Yep. I got a quick
He's
one.
gonna come in like a flood, man. He's
Man.
gonna bust your ass up. Yeah.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet their hope is full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
Yeah.
For the Most High proved them and felt them worthy for Himself.
Yeah, man.
So what we going through is the Most High proving us anyway, man.
Con.
can say about us, to what Esau gonna try to do to us, it's a test on our faith anyway.
Yeah,
right? We're gonna be greatly rewarded.
There's more than that?
No, that's it.
Okay, go back to Isaiah 57, read the second verse.
This Isaiah.
We're gonna hit that one.
Yep. Isaiah 57:2. He shall enter into peace.
He shall enter into peace. Why? Because he's gonna be resting in his spiritual body up in the heavens.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, with his works following.
That's
Yep.
ooh, man, I'm glad you said that.
Yep. They shall rest in their beds, each one of them walking in his uprightness.
Man, because whenever you go back into the spirit world, you in the right mind.
Yeah.
You know, in the right spirit. I mean, you know, here, you know, we're in our right mind as far as the truth is concerned, but these bodies, this flesh is wicked.
Yeah.
It's, you know, but in up there, there's no room, and there's no form of wickedness going on when you back in your right mind, up there in the right flesh.
Right.
This is since a brother mentioned that Revelation 14:13, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth.
There you go. So some righteous men are gonna die, man. Hey, it tells you in Revelation the 20th chapter about the martyrs that were beheaded for the testimony of Yahawashi, man.
That's right.
You know.
It says, Yea, saith the Spirit. It says that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them.
Yeah.
Man.
So when are you supposed to take 2 years off or 3 years off? Take a break? No, you're supposed to do the work. When you rest is either when you're dead or when the Lord comes back and delivers us, and we got the kingdom to rest.
Yep.
All right, this is our Revelation 20:4, since the brother mentioned it. I saw thrones, and the souls. I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi.
Man, that's heavy, man. And it tells you in Matthew the 24th chapter that they're gonna send us to the king, or I think it's Luke, to the governors and the kings, and what's gonna be happening during that time. Some brothers are gonna go through this. They're gonna fulfill this scripture right there, man. Possibly be beheaded, go up before, who knows, man, a Rothschild, and be beheaded. You know, after whatever the Lord puts in the spirit to say to them, it's just gonna cut them and kill them.
Just like Antiochus the fourth, man.
Yeah.
And that scripture the brother quoted, that was something that happened back then with the disciples, but it's going to happen again today. You know, but that it was fulfilled back then. But the scriptures say the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right.
And the scripture that hits that even more home is Isaiah the 13th chapter. You know, where it speaks about that they shall bring him to the gates of the nobles.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen when we're brought before the gates of the nobles? They're going to inquire of us of what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, what's this all about? Well, they already know what it's about.
Yeah.
No?
They just devils, man.
God. It says, and for the word of the Most High, and which has not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads, or in their hands.
Yeah, man. So we're not, because you're supposed to teach about that too, man. You're supposed to warn the people about Esau's plans to implant people with microchips, man.
That's right.
Because if you do get the microchip, you're gonna be destroyed, man. You know, that's an important thing to teach the people, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Nate and them don't teach that either.
Exactly.
Yeah, Nate talking about Deacon Asaph instruct the people. Yes. All right.
Yeah, instruct the people to their death, man.
Yeah.
He got the sleeping bags chilling under his eyes and shit.
It says, and they lived and reigned with Yahawashi 1,000 years. So the reason why they were beheaded was because they didn't accept that goddamn microchip.
Yeah, man.
You know, or the mark of the beast, or the image, or nothing that has to do with this devil. So how can they know not to accept it if they don't know about it?
Fuck your face.
Come on, man.
If you can't speak about it, how the fuck are you supposed to know about it?
You
know?
That's
On
why
every level, man, that thing is off completely,
It's
man.
totally off.
That's why it's good to say the simple, believe in every word. You know?
Yeah, brothers, got anything else?
You want to say something real quick?
Yeah.
That's like one of the sweet things when you first come in. Like, damn, the white man's the devil.
God.
He's going into slavery. What?
Talk about him.
You get to talk about it. You get to tell him he's the devil, man. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful feeling because for this whole time we've been in captivity over here, man. We've been taught that they're better than us, man, and we're inferior and all this. But then to find out that we're actually superior, man.
That's right.
We're better than him, and he's gonna be exterminated. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you want to talk, want to do nothing would talk about it, man. That's how I was.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, because remember in slavery, they used to say we couldn't even look at Esau in his eyes.
Yeah, man.
You couldn't look at him in his eyes, and you couldn't talk to him unless you was talked to, man.
You eyeballing me, boy?
Yeah, that trauma is still in effect, though, man, with Jake.
Because you got them Jakes that be like, you'll be like, the so-called white man, they'll be like, well, no, they'll say, the so-called white man.
Yo, whisper it to you.
Whisper
Nobody
it to you.
around. It'll be an empty field like this.
The so-called white
You know?
man. Like he listening to you right now. You know what I mean?
You know? It's crazy, man.
Man, hey man, we like the scripture say, man, we've really been beat down, man. These devils have walked over us, man. We done laid ourselves on the ground, and they walked over us. But now the Lord is raising His prophets up, man, to teach this word, man, and to tell. Hey, wait a minute, hold up, man. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 5:1.
You got it, bro.
You know, how is this scripture supposed to be fulfilled if we ain't supposed to talk about this goddamn devil?
Right?
It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
Read that again.
Then shall the righteous man.
Not the wicked man.
Yeah.
So if you ain't talking against this man, then you ain't the righteous.
Yep.
Read it again.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. Come on, man.
Now what are you gonna be doing?
Good.
You know, go ahead.
He gonna stand in boldness before him.
That's right.
It says shake the hand. Shake the hand. You know?
That's right.
So hey man, come on.
Go ahead.
It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Right. So in other words, you're going to be telling them about, look, you had us in slavery. You did this to us. You did that to us. You know, and the Lord's going to deal with you for that.
Yep.
You know, you put our people in slavery. You did this to us. You know, everything that you've done.
Yeah, man.
The list goes on and on. And that tab has not been paid, man.
Nope.
And you have no more credit on that tab, man.
It's still going up.
And you're still going up.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
They see what? Us out here speaking against him.
Yeah.
You know? But you ain't supposed to talk against Esau, the so-called white man. You know? So like I said, once again, you guys that's in the IUIC that are going to take heed and respect that command of man, the Lord's going to destroy you. But if you feel in your heart, in your spirit, that you are a man of the Lord, that you're a prophet, you're not going to listen to that, and you're going to speak against this devil, and you're going to say, if they kick you out, you're going to say, fuck it, I'll just go and do my own thing.
Yep. That's right.
And you'll see how the Lord will bless you, and you will have much fruit.
Yep.
Because you didn't go according to what Nate said. You went according to what Yahawashi said.
That's right.
That's right, man. I got a quick precept.
Bring it out, brother.
This is Revelation 11:11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them.
Too many cuts.
And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
So why did the great fear fall upon them which saw them? Because they saw the growth, and there's a message behind the growth.
There's a message.
There's a message there.
Yeah, man.
You know, there's a testimony. The
Yeah.
testimony means that there's something that has to be spoken and said. You know, so you're going to speak against them. You're not going to speak nice about this kingdom. Get real quick John 7, and I believe it's 7. And read that again, Art. That's all right.
Revelation 11:11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Heavenly Father entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Okay, now read that out.
This is John 7:7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth. But I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil.
So you got to testify against them. And for you to testify, you got to speak against them.
Right.
And they didn't like Yahawashi because he spoke against them, that their deeds were evil.
Yeah.
And the Lord speaking against you Edomites, you devils, that you're going to go down for all the wickedness that you've done to his people, and the way you got the earth all fucked up, and the food and the minds of the people, and the people themselves,
Yeah.
you know, and the animals, the air, you know, the waters. You got everything turned upside down, man. That's why even the earth and the animals are turning against you, man.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Man.
That's it.
Y'all brother got any closing words?
Yeah, man. It's crazy because the Lord, Yahawashi, he's still testifying against this world that the works are evil, man.
Right? He's still to
You know?
this day.
Through his prophets.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Through
right.
his men.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Right.
So that's why, no matter what you niggas see, man, you know, starting with the apostles, that's Yahawashi speaking, man, through these men, man. You know, and all the brothers on down, that's Yahawashi testifying against this place and against even you false prophets, man.
Yeah.
That your works are evil, man. That's why we That's why we can't stop rebuking you, man.
That's man.
You know?
Damn, how you always see you always in some shit, man.
Yeah.
you a trainee.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
trainee.
trannies
You on a Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah,
Come on, man. What's going on today,
Kendrick
man?
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, man. Come on, man.
You know?
Yeah, man. That's why Yahawashi said you are of your father, the devil, and you trying to protect your father, man.
Yeah.
That's real.
And
man.
you don't want to give up your position.
Yeah.
That the scriptures say, if we let this man alone,
Man,
you know, the
what it
Romans shall come and take our position, our place in position. You know, something along those
got it
lines.
right here.
I'll bring it out.
Yep, this is John 11:48. It says, if we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
And that's you guys, man. You were set up by Esau.
Yep.
You know, we weren't set up by Esau. We were set up by Yahawah, by Shem, Yahawashi.
Right.
You guys were set up by the so-called white man. Because you bow down to whatever he says. You know, and you're telling the congregation to obey whatever he says. And don't speak against him. Man, you got to be out your goddamn mind.
Oh, man.
You know?
If I can read the first verse.
Go ahead, go ahead, brother.
Verse 47, it says, then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. You know, so these men were witnessing the great power, you know, that of Yahawashi, man.
Yeah.
The miracles, you know, everything that he was doing.
Yeah.
And they still were conspiring to take him down, man. Even going to today, you Nate and the rest of you see the great power of Yahawashi waking up all these Jakes, man. Waking up Jake in Africa, waking up Jake in Europe.
Yep.
You see this great power from Yahawashi, but you still side with the devil, man.
That's crazy.
You still took the deal, man.
Yeah, that Judas purse.
The Judas purse. You know? So that's y'all coming back in the reincarnation doing the same thing with a little twist on it, man.
That's it.
Most High reserved 7,000 men who should not bow their knee down to Baal.
That's right.
That's it. That's it.
I got a quick close.
Yeah, bring it out, brother.
This is 1 Thessalonians 5:19 and 20. Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying.
Damn, read that again.
Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying.
Read it again.
Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying.
One more time.
Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying.
And with that, I hope you brothers have been edified. Till the next time we say Shalawam.
Shalom.